Hello, and good afternoon. My name is Amanda, and welcome to Harmony Portal Tarot. This is going to be my very first reading that I'm filming after hitting 1,000 subscribers. Thank you so much to everybody who has subscribed, donated, shared some love here. I greatly appreciate it. For this pick a card reading, we are going to be figuring out how you are leveling up in life. So if you are new to pick a card readings, I just ask that you close your eyes, take a couple of deep cleansing breaths to center your energy, and focus in on pile number 1 with the yellow calcite, pile number 2 with the obsidian, and pile number 3 with the pyrite. Once you've selected your pile or piles, you can go ahead and check the description box below for the timestamps, and I also pin them as the top comment. Please remember though, these are general readings, so only take the information that resonates with you, your life, and your situation, and just go ahead and leave the rest behind. Without delaying this any further, I'm going to give you a moment to meditate on your cards, and I will see you over at your reading. Hello, group number 1. We are going to be figuring out how you are leveling up, and please excuse my voice. I do have a bit of a head cold, so we're just going to roll with this. So, we have here the Halls of Amenti, Initiation, Secrets Revealed, Treasures Uncovered, and Initiations. And because this reading is all about how you are leveling up, you are finding some hidden talents, some hidden treasures really deep within you. And I feel that the best possible way for you to get in touch with these treasures, these hidden gifts, talents, abilities, is to go within, to connect to that inner self inside of you that is directly connected to Source, the Source Creator, God, the universe, whatever you want to label that benign, amazing, loving energy. And we're going to get some tarot in the mix to see potentials on how you're also leveling up besides these hidden gifts, hidden talents coming to the surface. Other ways group 1 is leveling up at this time. All right, we have here the King of Swords. So you guys really are standing in your authority of your truth, really utilizing your throat chakra or clearing your throat chakra from past traumas, wounds, guilt, things unspoken. Now you're able to speak your truth into being. And, just sometimes be careful. It's more the Queen of Swords that has the really sharp tongue, but sometimes the King of Swords can speak things without taking others' feelings into consideration as well. But I really do feel that most of this is you being able to speak your truth from your inner self. This is really maybe more how you're speaking to yourself, how you're treating yourself. So take care when you're thinking about who you are and what you're here to do, and not beat yourself up for making mistakes or the things that you hope to accomplish and maybe had tried to accomplish in the past, but now is the time. You are setting foot into your new future, your new beginning, and it's going to look completely different for each of you. But we also have the Star here, so there's some wish fulfillment, something you've always wanted to do, something you've always wanted to experience or accomplish or become or create. Now is the time to get started. Those of you that have already gotten started, you're going to see along the way, you're picking up on your hidden talents and hidden gifts to help you in any wish fulfillment that you have. Someone I see here is wanting to save money for a house or to be able to move, to be able to be more independent and speak their truth and speak their wishes into existence. So really with this combination, I see that you guys really have been through a lot, and now is the time. The way you're leveling up is you honoring where you've been. Doesn't mean you have to surrender to it completely, that you lose yourself in it, but surrender enough that you realize, okay, I don't have to stay stuck here. Now I can move forward. All right, so these are like little mantras that you can repeat to yourself. Let's just see what comes out for group number 1, how they're leveling up. Okay, and we have here unraveling codependency, and that's what I was saying about that, need for independence or being able to, make your own future and your own stability. And it says here, only I have to feel good about my choices. Yeah, this isn't about you pleasing everybody else. This is about you pleasing yourself or tuning into this deeper aspect of yourself that knows what's best for you more than everybody else knows what's best for you. And we're going to get 2 of these as well. Anything else? Group number 1 needs to know about how they are leveling up. And for some of you, this could be a promotion. King is about managing. It's about ruling or leading. But I'm really seeing you with the star here. You're remembering where you've come from. So you're not just leaving everybody in the dust. You are bringing people along for the ride with you, which is so beautiful. All right, what else does group 1 need to know about how they are leveling up? Ooh, we have here Moon with cycles and the number 23. So yeah, you guys are going through some major shifts, major changes, because 2 plus 3 equals 5. Major, just maybe even confronting your own fears, your own worries, your own deeply hidden stuff. And a lot of times utilizing the moon's cycles, whether you agree with how the moon runs our life or not, that's to, be said in another topic. But sometimes we do have to work with the systems that are in place. I know a lot of us are here to kind of break and shake and wake up those systems, but at least understanding the systems through which we're all being governed in life. And then once you can understand why certain things had to happen or why certain constraints were going on in your life, now you can break these constraints or these walls. All right. But yeah, some of you are also being asked to take some time off or a break, especially those of you who have been just going. It's all about honoring the cycle of life. And then we have here the cedar tree with wisdom. And I love cedar trees. We have this really cool place near where I grew up called Ross Creek Cedars. And there's some really old cedar trees. And I love burning cedar, both the sticks and the boughs of the cedar. And it smells so good. I can't smell very well right now with my head cold, but oh my gosh, it smells so good. And it's very cleansing. It's very therapeutic and clearing for the energy. So one way you're leveling up is utilizing this inner wisdom, possibly these talents or gifts from a past life, and you're bringing them to the forefront to be used in this life right now and in your future. And we have the number 5 here, and we have the 23 here, which added up to 5. So maybe even the master number 55 is following you around, or you're seeing 523 or 235. You can put these numbers together any way you see fit to get some additional homework if you choose. But let's see any additional guidance on how group 1 is leveling up in their life. Yeah, I just see you taking major responsibility for your actions, for the past, even the things that have happened to you where you felt like a victim or something was done to you without your permission. You're not responsible for what happened to you, but you're realizing you're responsible for, picking up where, you've fallen, if that's the case, or, shifting this victim mentality to, okay, yes, this was a blip on my radar, but now I'm here to heal from that and move on with my life. But let's just see anything else coming through for group 1, how they are leveling up. Okay, so we have here navigate. Beacons of light in the night sky are there to guide you. And wow, what's one of the biggest beacons in the night sky that you do see from most everywhere, at least at certain times of the moon cycle, is the moon. And specifically the full moon is what I'm really honing in on. We got a little spyglass here looking up toward the moon, but we also see after the new moon. So this is like, I always forget this name of this moon phase, but it's like a waning gibbous, I do believe. And then we have full moon. yeah, that was the one I really could see. And yeah, just looking to the stars for guidance and, literally looking up to the stars to get that, through the trees here, we can see the stars. We can see the stars here as well. And we even see the stars in the star card. So literally going out and doing some stargazing, if that's at all possible. If you have a lot of light pollution, maybe you need to take a drive to get out in nature a little bit to really see a clear sky. Or if you're anything like where I'm at in Montana, we don't have a whole lot of clear skies in the winter, but when we do, it's magical. The amount of stars you can see, it's like everything is just illuminated. Especially on the full moon, it might be difficult to see the stars because the moon is so bright, it can kind of dull the light of the stars. But from full moon going into that waning gibbous moon is when you're going to get your best insight from the stars. And this doesn't have to be just literal, you looking up at the stars. This can also be you looking into the current transits, your own birth chart, where your stars were placed when you were born, and what that means for your life, because basically that is acting as the container for which you will operate in this life, for good or for bad, and for everything in between. Really, it does set limits on what we can accomplish. And I won't argue that free will isn't a thing, but I'm not 100% sure that free will is exactly as we've been told, just because in my own recent research and just inner knowing is If free will was as prominent and prevalent as we've been told, a lot of us wouldn't even identify at all with our birth charts. But so many people that look into astrology, they can say, yes, yes, I'm exactly like this, I'm exactly like that. So really, is our astrology telling us who we're going to be and we think we have free will, or do we really have free will and just the stars aligned exactly with the free will? Like, I don't know. Maybe you're doing some research and gaining some wisdom about all of this and just the container through which this whole, not only just your physical incarnation, but like this whole physical reality and beyond, what that means for you. So maybe, yes, you are, using that beacon of light in the night sky, that full moon, to guide you to the truth of something. So that is how you're leveling up, is you're just looking deeper into things and you're not settling for the status quo of what everybody else is saying and just regurgitating the same information. Instead, you are looking deeper and like, is this really true, or is this just something I've heard over and over and over again that I've just basically accepted it as truth? I've been doing a lot of that for myself, so you guys are really going to start questioning everything. Even the things you thought were absolutely in resonance and real for you, they may be shifting. I know I've had a lot of that going on in my life as well. So that is your reading group 1. Thank you so much for joining me on this reading, and through our journey here on Harmony Portal Tarot, I could not be happier to have you along with me on this amazing trek through the YouTube world. It's so fun for me and hopefully for you as well. Thanks again so much, you guys, for all your likes, comments, shares, subscribes, and your donations. The link for my PayPal is in the description below. If you got something out of this reading and wanted to give back in any way, I would greatly appreciate it, but it's not at all expected. And I hope to see you right back here at Harmony Portal Tarot. All right, you guys, bye. Hello, group number 2. Let's go ahead and find out how you are leveling up. You guys selected the black obsidian. This is technically, they call it Apache Tears. It's more of a rough obsidian. It's still got some of the white stuff on it here as well. But this is a very protective and very therapeutic stone to carry with you when you are doing some healing energy work, some quantum healing work, physical healing, anything that is ailing you. We also have here the Gaia Gateway Activation card, and this is all about learning experiences, wisdom transmissions, and earth intelligence. So your connection to the earth, this is formed through volcano eruptions, lava activity that hardens, and then a long time after is this obsidian glass. So it is something that is, it could be considered decently fragile because it is glass, but yet at the same time it is hard. But just dropping it just the exact right way could break it. So to me, this feels like there's an unraveling going on in a good way, though. Sometimes those things that break us really do make us stronger in the long run. And now I'm seeing how in Japan, when something is broken, like a vase or a plate is dropped or accidentally broken, instead of throwing that away, they will put it back together with veins of gold to fuse it back together. So it's almost like anywhere where you're cracking, chipping, or breaking, or have done in the past, you're filling this back in with the most precious of metals or the most precious of resource to put yourself back together. And really, life is just but a series of being really happy and then falling to the depths and then coming back up, being happy and falling. It's all about the cycles. And because you have the Gaia Gateway activation, this is about the earth intelligence. This is about you tuning into the natural cycles, not just on the earth here, but also in your physical body. So listening to your body at this time is going to be of utmost importance. Some of you might be wanting to start some sort of workout routine or just eating better, healthier, just trying to get your physical vessel is in tip-top shape, health and wellness as you possibly can. And this isn't, I don't feel like you guys are trying to prove a point to anyone or anything like that. This to me just feels like this is coming from your spirit, this really deep inner part of yourself that is crying out for help or attention in some way, and you're hearing the call. All right, what else? How else is group 2 leveling up at this time? I want this one, but it's going to be difficult to dig her out. There we are, and this one as well. Okay. Look at that! That's why I had to dig her out, go into the depths, that high priestess energy, and that is exactly what we were just talking about, tuning into the absolute core of who you are on a spiritual level. And getting the information you need, seeing through the earth illusion, the earth veil, the matrix, whatever you want to label that energy, and seeing to the truth of something, because you are done settling for lies, half-truths, or confusion about who you are, about what this world is, and why we're even here. You guys are learning deeper aspects of what it actually means to be human, what it means to, fulfill a purpose. What are we even doing here on this planet? It just keeps coming to my awareness. And you guys are tuning into deeper aspects of this inner knowing. And then with the Black Numen, yes, this is very much like a death and a Tower card combined. And again, I'm actually reading this as past energy that you are working through right now, starting with our obsidian. I mean, you guys did choose, of the 3 stones that I've got here, the darkest, the most, I guess you would call it transformational stone of all. You guys weren't afraid to just jump right in and see what you get with this reading. So I applaud you for selecting that stone. And utilizing these earth energies can help you move through any discomfort, any death and tower moments in your life, any grief, any sadness, any traumas from your past. You guys are working through and seeing them in a new perspective. And this is kind of hangman energy coming in as well, but with the higher perspective. This isn't just a human, with your 2 eyeballs kind of perspective. This is a deep inner knowing from your essence, from your spirit, coming through to help you through anything. And it's very interesting too, this dark, water looking stuff here almost to me reminds me of lava that has cooled over time and formed into the obsidian that we've been talking about pretty much this whole time. So this is about taking those dark times or those more shadow parts of yourself and integrating them into something that's actually useful for you. You're treating these more as learning experiences instead of traumas that you've been through. I mean, yes, you can acknowledge, yes, I was a victim of this, that, or the other, or I've been through this really dark thing, or this really bad thing happened to me, or I was sad about this or that. Yes, we can claim those in the moment. But then it's us moving through healing and letting go of holding on to these heavy energies and integrating them into something much lighter that we can use, that we will deem these experiences as learning experiences instead of us feeling like a victim for the rest of our lives because X, Y, or Z happened. So some of you might be working through some really deep, and to me this doesn't just feel like your victim mentality, this feels like generational or ancestral victim mentality. And, this is the thing though. I think your ancestors and your family, they had every single right to feel like a victim because they were absolutely victimized in some way or multiple hundreds, thousands, if not millions of different ways throughout all time, space, reality, and lifetime. But this is where you come in to heal a lot of that. And instead of identifying as everything bad that's happened to you, you're using it as that stepping stone or kind of almost like these stairs here to rise yourself up out of the goo and wait for it to harden so that you can go on about your life. And this isn't hardening your heart like, okay, I'm just going to have to get over this. No, this is facing it. This is allowing the creatures from the deep, to rear their ugly heads and you face them. I mean, this little guy, he's looking right at it. He is not turning his back to it. And then this guy's got his back. So it's almost like these 2 parts of yourself. The human part of you is like, okay, let's face it. And then the more spiritual soul, spirit, essence part of you has your back as you face these things that have been very difficult for some of you. So the way you guys are leveling up, group number 2, is by facing the past, facing the shadow, facing the darkness. Because when we just ignore it or try to resist it in some way, it's going to persist until we finally face it. We finally pull the Band-Aid off that gunshot wound, do the surgery, close it up, and allow the healing process to start. Okay, so let's get a little word of affirmation or wisdom to help you on your next level up. Group 2. And we have here, unhooking the past. I mean, literally everything we've just been really diving into. There is nothing to regret when I learn from my past. And this is, remember, the learning experience. You are learning through these things. So instead of, just allowing these things to completely take hold of your life forever and ever and ever and, waiting for future generations to finally heal this, you're the one stepping in and saying, no, I'm untethering myself from the past. I'm unbuoying myself from this here, unanchoring myself, and I'm allowing myself to move through it. Okay, so how else is group 2 leveling up? What do they need to know about their level up? Okay, and we have here Rose with love. Yeah, like I said before, this isn't about you hardening your heart and just gritting and bearing it, swallowing it, and moving on. No, this is you facing it from this place of deep, unconditional love that your soul is bringing to this planet to help heal. And we have the number 33 here, which is usually associated with the Ascended Masters. If you've been following my channel for any length of time at this point, you know that I'm no longer working with any kind of spirit guides or Ascended Masters or archangels or anything like that. I am tuning instead into that inner part of myself, because that fractal of me that comes directly from Source is a pure untainted source for my wisdom, for my knowledge, for me to connect to, that will assist me, just like this other little guy here that is got the back of the more human aspect. And that is, we each have a piece of this. If you have a spirit, if you have a soul, you have an Ascended Master within you. So you don't really need to connect to any of these things outside of you. And those of you that are like, wait a second, I thought connecting to spirit guides and Ascended Masters and archangels was good. If you're new here, yeah, it can be good, but we have to be very diligent. There is a spiritual war at play, and there has been for millennia. And so many spirit guides, crossed over loved ones, archangels are not actually these people. They are false light entities pretending to be these people. And, yes, sometimes we can feel good by this knowledge, this wisdom, feeling the energy of these beings. But really, it's not true. It's an illusion. But the High Priestess is coming in to help you offload this connection to these false light entities or dark entities pretending to be your light team. Instead, you have that light team within you. It could never be separated from you. It is within you. So tuning back into that is one of the things you're doing, but you're doing it from a place of love rather than fear. And then we have the Sun card with faith. Yes, and the Sun is associated with such joy in the tarot as well. And coming in alongside this Black New Moon, it's like that darkness, that death energy, that Tower energy is now very, very subtly and very slowly for some of you, but very quickly and more rapidly for others of you, shifting more into this joyful energy of the Sun. But this is you having faith in yourself, having faith in that inner part of yourself that is directly connected to Source. We have the number 38 here also that adds up to an 11. So seeing the number 1133 on the clock, or just searching angel number 1133 or 3311, this could be a way that your inner self, formerly known as the higher self or the guides and all of that on my channel, that is how your inner self is communicating with you directly. All right, so let's get 2 more words of wisdom and guidance for group 2 on their level up, how they're leveling up, what they need to know about it. And there's 2 right there. So first we have expand. Growth is often uncomfortable and messy, but necessary. And that's exactly what's happening because you are learning through all of this. You can't stay in this old energy and expect to get the new energy that you've been very much craving. Most of you have been craving this for a very long time, if not most of your life. And now is a time to really heal and remove these old energies so you can make room for this new energy that wants to come in. We also have a compass here, so that might for some of you involve travel. And one of the things leveling up for you is the ability to travel, whether this is the resources, the time off work, someone to come and help you with your children if you're taking children along or something like this. Ways for you to really expand and level up yourself is to get out there and experience more of what this world has to offer. But that's not always easy for all of us with money and time and, the thing that was going around, in 2020 through 2022 and, is still technically, I guess, a thing, but not as bad as it was. There's a lot going on out in the world. But yeah, this is letting you know that growth, specifically of yourself or for yourself, is very uncomfortable and messy. But it's also necessary. We have to evolve through these things and move through them. And then we have the dark. We'll put that right below the Black New Moon card. Yes! Take a moment to sit under the star-speckled sky, listening to crickets and breathing in the cool night air. Yes, so you have the sun and the darkness as well. So getting out in nature would be very beneficial. We did talk about stargazing in group 1 as well. So if you were drawn to really connecting to the stars, there might be a message in group 1 for you as well. But yeah, just taking some quiet time, specifically in the dark, but also specifically during the sunny times. And if you're in the Northern Hemisphere, I know at the time of my posting this, It's pretty cold where I'm at, and those of you in the north, you get it. It's pretty cold, but this is a timeless reading, and even still, I went for an hour walk outside, just kind of around the perimeter of my yard. My backyard's kind of got this little, I guess the dogs kind of ran it into, or kind of worn it into a little racetrack for themselves, and I just kind of walked the perimeter of my yard for about an hour the other day. It was only 25 degrees, but the sun was out and I had my coat on and I was actually sweating by the time I got in the house. So, I made the best of what I had available at the time. So you might be making the best of what you have to be able to connect to nature or to get out or to experience whatever it is. And especially too with the travel. If you can't go somewhere far away, maybe just going somewhere around your town for the time being and then starting to expand your travel plans a little farther from home, a little farther from home. All right, so that is your message group 2. I hope this resonated and let you know a little insight into how you're leveling up. Please feel free to let me know below what you thought. Any stories you want to share? I always love to hear from you guys. And especially now that we've hit 1,000 subscribers, we're really starting to build our little community over here. And I could not be more happy to have you come along on this journey with us all here as well. So thank you so much. And thanks again so much for all your likes, comments, shares, subscribes, and your donations. Your donations are never ever expected, but always greatly appreciated. Link for my PayPal is in the description below. If you felt you got something out of this reading and wanted to give back in any way, I would greatly appreciate that. Thank you so much, you guys, and have a very blessed day. All right, you guys, bye. I noticed at the very end of your reading that the camera was not filming at all, so I don't think I got any of the footage of the first part of your reading, so you won't see my hands waving around, but I will show you the cards as they're being dealt. Hello, group number 3. Let's go ahead and find out how you are leveling up your life. You guys selected the pyrite, and this is a very great stone for manifestation and attracting to you what is meant for you. So some of you might be really stepping up your manifestation skills, abilities, and game, that's for sure. We also have here the Seraphim's Gateway, voice activation, angelic attunements, and divine support. And if you've been following my channel for any length of time, you know that I no longer connect to any archangels, ascended masters, or spirit guides whatsoever. Instead, we're taking this angelic attunement to meaning this inner part of yourself, formerly also known as the higher self on my channel. But even that name kind of has a weird connotation to it, at least for me. But if you choose to select this and connect to spirit guides and all of that, my only caveat would be just make sure you are setting intentions that you are not connecting to anything but those exact energies and angels that you want to be connecting to. Because a lot of false light beings and dark entities will pose or pretend to be these angels and guides. And I'm cutting out all the middlemen in my personal life, my personal spiritual mission and daily routines, and just going directly to the source, which is this inner part of me that is directly connected to the source. So why do I need all these middlemen? I don't. And maybe you don't either. But if that's what you choose for you, there is absolutely no judgment here. I'm just kind of trying to explain why I do what I do so you understand that any information you get from me is directly from source or God, the creator, that is outside this matrix, the original source creator, as I like to call it. So sorry for the little spiel there, but I want to explain where I'm coming from and why I'm actually not any longer considering myself a channel, and I don't channel information. I just allow it to come through the connection, which technically I guess is still channeling, but it's my own inner self, my spirit, that is directly connected to source, through which I am channeling. So that, just so you know. But yes, voice activation, you guys really are utilizing your throat chakra or wanting to express yourself creatively for some of you, and just being more humanitarian, more loving. The seraphim energy really is just, angelic. It is. And we could take the archetype of an angel and, put it on this earth angel example, that you basically want to be an angel doing good for the earth. And I think you guys have always really had these big goals. If you ever hit it big or won the lottery, that you would give back to so many different causes and help in so many different ways. And this is letting you know that this next level up that's coming for you is you're going to be able to help more people, but specifically with how you speak to others, but also how you speak to yourself is getting a major upgrade right now. And just know that you have the support of God, the creator, and your own inner self / higher self, whatever you want to call that. You could never not be connected to this energy. You are absolutely connected. So this is just maybe a reminder for you that this next level up, you're being greatly reminded how connected you are to your soul, to your spirit, to God, the creator, whatever you want to call that energy. But let's get some additional messages on how group 3 is leveling up their life. Ooh, yes, going back to what we saw with the pyrite, the abundance. You're leveling up the way you make money. For some of you, this could be bringing in some sort of new side hustle or job, or leaving the job that you're currently at and going somewhere else, or finding a way to make more money. Could be a promotion or some sort of raise. Could even be like a tax return coming in for someone watching that's really going to help you on your next little leg of the journey, so to speak. But you're leveling up your lack mentalities or belief systems surrounding money, resources, time, and effort that needs to be put into whatever it is you're doing for you to be able to also get something out of it. And we also have here the 3 of Wands. You're finally going to be able to move forward on some of your plans because the money's coming in, or the time for you to, spend time on your goals is there for you, or the planning that you've put in place or the goals you've set, you've taken action on them, and now you're really starting to see things happen in your life. But with the 3 of Wands, at the heart of this card, it is about movement. It's about travel. It's about possibly moving to a new home, buying a new home, renting a new home, moving to a new country for some of you. And this guy is standing very close to a snake. And snakes to me represent, they can represent a lot of crazy things, but, at the heart of what it represents for me personally, it's about healing. It's about shedding that old skin, that old version of us, to allow ourselves room to grow and expand into who it is we were always meant to be. That more divine aspect of us is coming more online. This light that you have, that is you on the other side, is coming more full force into your human vessel. But a lot of times when more of our light comes online, we can feel like we're dying, or like we're having some sort of physical, emotional, mental, or spiritual death. It can feel very difficult, because what the light is doing is it's raising our vibration, and in order for us to raise that frequency of our consciousness, a lot of those things that are, at the very bottom of the barrel, just holding us back, our shadow, and shadow doesn't always have to be bad, but a lot of times it's just unintegrated or unseen aspects of ourselves. We're now being asked to see these things. We're now being asked to integrate these things back into the light so that we can raise our frequency, raise our consciousness to become who it is we set out to be here on this planet. So you're finally moving forward with some big goal or dream you've had for a very long time, group 3, and I could not be more proud of you. So if anyone hasn't said yet that they are proud of you, let me just be the first. I am proud of you, group 3. All right, let's get a little word of wisdom or affirmation for group 3 about their leveling up. Words of advice or wisdom. What do they need to know about this level up? Anything coming through at all. And we have here polishing my heart. I love it. So feeling is a power that helps me heal. Yes. And so many of you, are like healing and feeling in the past, felt very lacking in some area, maybe with money, maybe with secure connections in your life, or being able to count on other people. Whatever it is that felt lacking in the past, you are bringing it into your heart space to heal it, so that moving forward you will actually be experiencing relationships or abundance or whatever it looks like for you specifically that is actually in alignment with your heart and really makes your heart swell rather than want to constrict or close in on itself. And yeah, like it says here, feeling is a power that helps you heal. And a lot of times we don't want to face our feelings, our emotions, but feeling and allowing those feelings to move through us, that is what does a bulk of the healing for us. So yes, healing journey you guys have been on, and of course probably will continue to be on, because I think we're all on this healing journey continuously as we're here, but you have so much divine support from your inner self and God directly that you have no need to worry. Okay. All right, so we got one coming out. Let's get one more. How group 3 is leveling up, what they need to know. And we have here Earth with home. Yes, so many of you might not feel very at home on this Earth. It could be very difficult. Some of you also might have selected group 2 because we were talking about Earth energy there as well. But look here, we have the number 14. So there's a big change coming to how at home you feel, or how left out in the cold you feel on this planet. You're going to feel more at home, more heart-centered with the Polishing Your Heart card and the Earth card, Home card, because if you kind of use the Earth word here as an Enneagram or kind of mix it up, you can spell hearth, which also means home, or heart. So yeah, home is where the heart is another thing I'm hearing right now as well. So some of you might literally be changing your home, or if you're not moving, you are shifting up the energy, maybe doing a mass declutter like I'm in the process of, and just deep cleaning, just, getting the feng shui or the Vastu Shastra, which is the Indian version of Chinese feng shui. You guys are utilizing the energy of your home to actually bring in more abundance and prosperity for your life. Okay, and we also have, as I'm showing you a crystal, we get a different crystal. Crystal quartz with focus, yes. And even pairing up clear quartz with this. We've got a Lemurian quartz here, which technically is a clear quartz, but it's a little more specified than that. But clearing or combining a clear quartz with a pyrite can really, clear quartz amplifies anything it is with. But also if you have a crystal point, a quartz point, you can literally write out your goals, your wishes, your desires, what it is you want to take action on, and put, the little piece of paper like right here, and then put a quartz point on it, either this way, or if you have a tower that sits upright like this, to really charge your goals and really help you focus on them as well. And the 8 on this card is all about taking action. It's about financial abundance or reward for the actions you're taking as well. So this really does go in alignment with what we were talking about. And really being able to make some waves here in the material world, in the earth realm, so to speak. You guys are taking major actions that are going to improve your physical existence on this planet for the better in so many ways. For some of you, though, this level up, before we get into these, this level up just might be clearer focus. You have clarity on what you need to focus on or what you want to be focusing on, what your priorities are. Maybe before you were wandering aimlessly, unsure of your direction, but now you have a clear path forward. You know where you're going, you know what you're going to do. Even if you don't know every step of the way on the process, at least you have a good enough amount under your belt for what to focus on to really start gaining some momentum. But also those of you that get a lot of brain fog, or you'll walk into a room and forget why you came to the room, you're getting some help in this area, and this is coming in from your own light. And a lot of times, those that are raising their consciousness or stepping into a higher level of consciousness, the way that our brain processes information, long-term memories, short-term memories, that kind of thing, is changing drastically. So your short-term memory may seem shot. You can remember the smell of someone's perfume that used to visit your family when you were 6, but you can't even remember what you had for dinner last night. That's how it seems like you almost have memory loss for the most recent past, but this is because your brain is changing the way, and also your consciousness is changing the way that it accesses information. At least that's a big download I've been getting about just my own kind of foggy thinking and just major forgetfulness. If I don't put certain things on my phone, I completely forget, and then I feel really bad that I forgot an appointment or something. And I've never been that way. I would remember everything. So some of you might have noticed lately you've had a lot of brain fog or forgetfulness, and it's not purposeful. It's not oh, I hope I could just forget about this. No, you just oh no, I forgot that one thing, or we had that birthday party and we didn't even go. Thankfully that hasn't happened to me, but I would feel devastated if I missed one of my kids' friends' birthday parties, because they love to go to the birthday parties. So someone might have actually accidentally forgotten to send their kid to a friend's birthday party, and oh no, that was this weekend, shoot, the time is up, oh man. Let me know if that's you. I always like to know if those really specific examples resonate with someone. Okay. Last 2 messages for group number 3. What do they need to know about their next level up? Okay, we have here breathe. Inhale, stardust. Exhale, magic. Some of you might even be making changes to the way you breathe. As humans, we've kind of adopted this very shallow kind of throat and into the upper chest kind of breathing, when we should be breathing all the way down into our bellies and really expanding those lungs. So just being more conscious of the way you breathe and breathing deeper and slower could really benefit your life in major ways that you may not even realize. We also have here North Star. Hold your ground and shine bright and unwavering. Yes, and that North Star is reminding me of the North Node in the birth chart. And the north node is the direction we're pointed, where we're supposed to be going. Supposed to be, is there really any such thing? But, it's the part of our chart that we're being pulled in that direction. So you might be really noticing you're going in the direction of your north node, especially through these major level ups that you've already had going on and will continue to see going on. So that is your message, Group 3. I hope it resonated. Please feel free to let me know below any thoughts you have, any stories you want to share. And thanks again, you guys, for getting us here on Harmony Portal Tarot to 1,000 subscribers. And thank you for being part of the journey. I hope you stay with us on this journey just to see where we go from here. I can't wait to have you alongside of me on this journey. Thank you so much for joining us. And thanks again so much for all your likes, comments, shares, subscribes, and your donations. Never ever expected, but always greatly appreciated. So if you ever do get anything out of my readings and want to give back in the energy exchange of things, you can always donate to the channel, and that link is in the description below. And I greatly appreciate it, but never expect it once again. Thanks again, and I hope to see you right back here at Harmony Portal Tarot. All right, you guys, love you so much, and have a blessed day.